Hey, Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I want to be a little bit critical about TopStep right now. When I went into step one and step two, I had all the bells and whistles of the trading platform that I'm accustomed to. When I went into the funded account, I didn't get that. I didn't get the same treatment. In fact, they take away all of the bells and whistles of the account, like the volume that I use for the indicator, to be able to try to figure out if that's a high volume bar spike or not. Everything that I use and utilize in my funded account was taken away from me when I reached funded. So I didn't have the ability to look back and say, okay, is that a high volume bar? Do I even want to be in a trade at that point in time? That is a critical distinction about being in an account and not being taking things away from you and then saying, here's your funded account. Mo, no, you can have it back, but you got to spend $200 extra to get it on top of the $105 to open up the account. So in other words, I have to pay $305 a month to get the same bullshit that I had already. Am I pissed? Of course I am. I just lost my funded account based upon what I believe last 3 trading days because I don't know if it's a high volume spike. I rely on figuring out if that is a top or not when I'm getting into the market trying to be a short side trader that I am. I mean, when you look back at the trades itself, where I came in, I'm coming in right here on this perceived high right here. It's only a double top at this point. This double top could have went the other direction, but I can't look back here and say, oh, is this volume spike that made the high prior? Is it high volume or not? I'm blind, and I got lucky enough to move the account up to $1,400, almost $1,500 based upon being blind, just utilizing my gut instinct to be able to get, and this is all it's about. It's about being in a gut instinct that I was lucky enough to get the account up to 1,500. Now take all the bells and whistles away that I am used to using and say, no, this is what you got to do. You know, it's bullshit. I like people at TopStep. I dislike the way they treat you as a second-class citizen when you made it to funded. And then I get a couple calls from Mick telling me this, that, and the other. Well, you know what? If you gave me the fucking bullshit that I'm used to start with, maybe I wouldn't be in this problem to start with. I had worked my ass off to get into funded again. I guess you wanted to go into pro funded to go keep staying in a simulated environment. So in other words, maybe in this case, I lost you $560 of real money. You can get the fucking message that you really fucked up here. You should give your traders that got there the same consideration that they had before this. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Yeah, you should spend an extra $200 on the funded people that get in there. We shouldn't have to pay any of these fees, to be honest with you. The $305, that should probably be your cost of business, not our cost of business. Yeah, I'm okay with 105, but before this, you always gave me the ability to see, you know, the funded, the way that I like to look at the charts. Not anymore. No. So now, granted, I did it. I made the trades itself. I knew that I was coming into this with only a $500 loss limit that I had left. I know that I lost almost 1,000, over 1,500 over the last couple of trading days. I knew that I only could go the $2,000 loss limit. Now, another thing I dislike is this max trailing drawdown bullshit. If you're willing to spend your money to get you there, then you shouldn't move no fucking trailing stop behind it. It should stay at minus 2,000. If you're willing to risk that with me, then you should be willing to risk it no matter what. So give me the leeway to move in there. So I would have had a $3,500 drawdown instead of a $2,000 drawdown. Should stay, that max trailing loss should never lose. Should never move. Excuse me, should never move. So I'd be willing to lose $2,000 in my trading account all the time. I mean, that's pennies on the dollar compared to I would spend $5,000 in every account that I ever opened up. And here's the crazy thing about all this. If I understand the rules correctly, since I have a negative account balance, I don't get to go to step 2. I have to go all the way back to step 1. Will I go back to step 1 with all the bells and whistles to only be denied at the funded account, the bells and whistles that I'm accustomed to? Hell no. No, I'm not going to do it. Will I look for something better out there if I decide to become a funded trader? You would think after all the times, I think it's 15 times I've been into funded, 15 over all these years, that they would be willing to roll out that red carpet and say, you know what, you're going to have bad trading days. You're going to have this, that, and the other. I've made more money than I've lost over the years with TopStep Trader, but it doesn't matter. They treat you as a fucking number here. They don't care. The only thing they care about is losing money. When you're in the funded account, that's the only thing they care about is that you're losing money. It doesn't matter that you had a $2,000 drawdown to start with. When you had zero balance, you stay at minus 2,000. But as soon as you move up a little bit more, they're going to take all that away from you. So my max trailing drawdown, I think coming into today, I could only lose like 500 and some bucks. So maybe I should have waited till the pivot point to get in today. I could have looked at that. Maybe right here would have been the opportunity to come in here with the last 15 minutes of trading. Last 10 minutes of trading, this would have been the opportunity to come in. Maybe I shouldn't have traded on a Monday. I don't normally trade Mondays. I can make all kinds of rules that I do, but needless to say, I just feel like I've been handcuffed. I'm handcuffed to the desk to start with, and I'm grateful that I have another income source coming in, that I don't have to deal with the bullshit anymore here. It's frustrating. It's a frustrating business to start with when you want. There's a lot of good about TopStep Trader. I think the best good about it at this point in time, if I continue with them, would be just to stay in a simulated environment and build up the $5,000. Does that turn into real money if you build it to 5,000 and I can withdraw the whole damn thing at that point? Maybe that's the only reason I stay in it anymore. So I have all the bells and whistles available, and then I take that $5,000 gain that they give me to be able to fund. And then I'd have to go all the way back into step 1 to build it all back up again. Do it all over again. And next time around, I'll have the money available to go back and say, okay, this $5,000, I know that I've got $300 I got to expend to be able to stay with the same environment that I got. I know I got to spend 105 plus the extra 200. And I got into a discussion with them about this. I went all the way up the chain asking to get some, to be able to have the bells and whistles that I'm accustomed to. Not having the volume figures. So yeah, all this stuff looks good. Like right here is the Williams %R and the MACD. It looks like a top is forming, but I don't know because my volume spikes are not here. Is this volume, is that the highest volume on the chart right here at 1230? I don't know. I can't see if it's a volume spike or not. I can't. I don't know. All I can see is there's some high volume here. There was some interest right here. So knowing that was the interest level at that point, I thought, well, maybe, and this is how I've been approaching it, because I don't have the information I'm accustomed to seeing. Maybe this is the high of the market right now, and they're just going to go in. If it stays within 5 ticks of the market, I'm feeling pretty confident as I'm coming in right here that the high is in, that this little high right here, this spike right here, this spike right here is perhaps the high that's going to be seen right now, and we won't reach up to the pivot point. It's a trade that I put on. I do it all the time, but and then I would sit up here, but I don't know. I'm blind right here. I'm blind because I don't know if that's the highest volume spike of the day. Is it? I don't know. Is this higher than that? Is this over here higher than this one? I just don't know. I don't have the information I'm accustomed to see. And it makes me very, very frustrated in this environment right now. And I've been quiet for an awful long time. You know that I have. I decided to be quiet. I decided not to bitch about it because it's a pain in the ass to bitch about it because they don't listen to you anymore anyway. They got enough people there They're paying out $3 million and all this other bullshit that they're doing right now. The little trader that like me gets in there, they don't care about me. The only thing they care about is that I was losing money for them at that point in time. No, not the ability that I have to get myself back to funded. And if I want to, I can work through magic to get all the way back to funded again. I'm open to suggestions, gentlemen and ladies out there, to someone that has some little bit more love. I mean, I would like to see another platform that sees the market second volume that I like to look at. You know, go back and look at some of the videos I say where I say high volume spike bars and all the things that I use. You never heard me say anything along those lines when I was in the funded account because I can't see it. I'm blind. I'm blind. I do not know if this bar right here is the highest volume spike bar of the day. Therefore, I don't know whether this was a valid trade or not unless I have the other CTS platform open, which I do not have access to. And that's a crazy thing. The crazy thing is CTS gives you the ability to have all the bells and whistles, but then they take it away from you. And TopStep's not willing to expend the dollars, or they're not willing to go to CTS and say, you know what, our traders deserve to have the same platform that we had to start with. And really, that's the bottom line right there as far as I'm concerned. TopStep's not willing to go to CTS and say, you know what, you gave them the bells and whistles at this level, but you need to continue to give them the bells and whistles that they need to get, to give them the ability to stay funded here. That's the bullshit. That is what I'm calling out. Michael Patek and all you people in there that need to grow up, get a set of balls and say, you know what, I'll work with these guys, these traders that are busting their balls for us to make us money. I like Michael. I like everybody there. I like Mick. I like them all. But you know what? You guys need to grow a set and say, you know what? These are what these guys are accustomed to. We need to make sure that they're accustomed to having the same environment that they had going into the funded account as they had an assimilated account. And don't give me the bullshit about TS Trader. There's not a platform. If there's another platform out there that shows volume the way I'm accustomed to see it, then tell me about it. Show me. Be the Missouri. Show me. In other words, and then if you don't have it, which you don't, because I've looked at them all. TradeStation doesn't have it, and TradeStation is no longer available anymore. It doesn't matter. And I have my account set up there, so thank God for that. You can't take that from me. You can't take my Robinhood account. You can't take my cryptocurrency account from me. I'm making more money in cryptocurrencies day trading than I ever made at TopStep. Maybe I should just change my focus to my whole website. And that's what I've been thinking about over the last few months is just change the whole focus. Find a trading platform that I enjoy and change the focus of what I do. You know, if TopStep's not willing to walk the walk and talk the talk with you, you know, and then hide the fact that you can't have the bells and whistles that you're accustomed to unless you're willing to fork out some more money. And maybe to you, $300 not a lot. You know, you're paying this, that, and the other. The point is, it's kind of like bait and switch the way I look at it. You give the trader these tools, and you say, here, you can use these tools to get to the funded account. You know what? Here's the tools. Here's the tools that we're going to give you. We're going to give you this, this, and this. And all of a sudden, no, you can't. You can only have this. This is the only tool that you're allowed to have now. Oh, no, wait a minute. We're going to take that away from you, too. This is Dave Knight here from 123daytrade.com. God bless you. God bless for watching my video content over the years. I don't know what I'm going to do anymore, honest to God. You know, I think that if I trade anymore at TopStep, there's got to be some give and take. Bye for now.